Was this the person that sexually me? You made my life a living hell.
In Courtroom 6B of the federal courthouse in Los Angeles, a female witness appeared under absolute protection. She testified in court that she had been held captive in a sexual torture chamber located beneath the private mansion of Justin Combs, son of Sean Diddy Combs, in Holmby Hills. According to her statement, there were no windows, no clocks, no water-only red lights, hidden cameras, and commands issued through an internal audio system. Each time she failed to obey an order, the door locked tighter and the food disappeared. Justin Combs did not object. He didn't say a word. He simply covered his face. "I'm not the only victim. I'm just the first one who survived long enough to tell the story," she said, before being rushed out of the courtroom under emergency escort. The court session was immediately closed. But the truth had already slipped beyond those walls, and America had just heard the voice of a room that no one was ever supposed to survive to describe. Part 1. The trial is locked down, but not sealed. Tight enough. 9:06 a.m., June 25, 2025, U.S. Federal Courthouse. Los Angeles Division. The back service gate was opened 17 minutes ahead of schedule, with no official notice from the courthouse. For federal agents in plain clothes appeared beside an armored SUV with blacked-out bulletproof windows. Nobody exited immediately. A security perimeter check lasted 80 seconds. Cameras recorded undercarriage scans, rearview mirror inspections. In confirmation that the two license plates matched the list previously sent by the FBI, the woman stepped out. No bowed head, no hesitation. She wore a long dark brown coat covering her arms, large sunglasses, her hair tied neatly at the nape. Her strides were even not hurried, not hesitant. Behind her, two security guards instantly shielded her with mobile barriers to block any distant lenses. In the 6 seconds it took to walk from the vehicle to the service entrance, no sound came from her. Inside the courthouse third floor, Courtroom 6B security had sealed off access since the night before. Attendance was capped at 11 people, 2 federal prosecutors, 3 special jurors, and 1 Department of Justice representative, 2 FBI agents assigned to organize sexual crime, 1 forensic psychologist, and 2 defense attorneys. The press, media, and family members were entirely excluded. 9:14 a.m., a soft knock came from the outer hallway. The woman appeared behind the bulletproof glass. Nobody spoke. Security nodded. She was escorted inside. No one rose to greet her. No word was uttered. Justin Combs had already been seated. He wore a light gray shirt, his hair slicked back. No watch. Hands under the table. No bodyguards. No media. No attorneys. No microphones. Only 2 internal surveillance cameras were active, one focused on the witness, the other fixed on the defendant's face. The witness chair stood dead center. No microphone, no shield, no escort. As she approached, no one directed her. She placed her hand on the tabletop, unfolded a paper folded into quarters, then looked up. I will not say it twice. Once is enough. Nothing stirred, but camera 2 captured the moment. Justin Combs raised his right hand to cover half his face. No tears, no objection, no reaction, just one gesture, silent and evasive. 9:18 a.m., the testimony began. I was brought to his house on the night of April 12th by private car. Not forced, but I wasn't told what would happen. They told me I would attend a party, but there was no party. I was led down to a basement, 3 doors, each with its own electronic lock. The last door had no interior handle. As each word and chilling description echoed, the courtroom froze. No one moved. The clerk's paper lay untouched. Inside the room was only a red light, on continuously, a ceiling-mounted camera. I was filmed constantly, not allowed to speak, not allowed to be asked. Every morning the speaker would say, what to do, what to wear, what to eat. No one appeared, no one saw. She paused for 3 seconds, looking toward Justin. He remained covered. I think he was upstairs. I'm not certain, but the speaker played his voice. I recognized it. By 9:31 a.m., she concluded with one final line. I am not the only victim. I am just the first who survived to tell. No further questions, no defense statement. The session closed immediately. The FBI secured all records and forwarded them to the Department of Justice. Justin remained motionless for 12 minutes. After she left, his hands still concealing his face, outside the courthouse, the Holmby Hills area was temporarily locked down. A nearly 2-meter-high temporary wall blocked journalists' lines of sight at the vehicle entrance. A federal task force installed for temporary cameras at the corners to film all arrivals and departures. Each signal was encrypted and streamed directly to an FBI server. Inside the courtroom, once testimony concluded, A nurse in a white coat with no name tag entered through the side door, carrying 2 sealed files. One contained the witness's psychological evaluation. The other held crime scene photos from the hidden camera in the basement room she described. No one opened the files, but everyone saw the typed label on the cover. Illicit detention behavior, link level 1 evidence on the technical control. The second floor of the building. A team of 3 FBI forensic specialists monitored live feeds from the soundproofed room connected to courtroom 6B. No audio escaped. But whenever an abnormal reaction appeared, like Justin's sudden heavy breath or the tightening of his hand, they logged the exact time. In the courtroom, after her final testimony, the woman did not sit down. She stood motionless. The overhead light cast a sharp white-gray glow onto half her left cheekbone. No one dared look directly into her eyes. The only movement came from the prosecutor, who set down his pen and glanced up at the wall clock. 9:32 a.m., 1 minute after the testimony. No one moved. The court clerk nodded slightly. The security guard at the rear door stepped forward, gesturing her to leave. She turned, not looking left or right. She spoke no word. Each step echoed on the metal floor. When the door shut behind her, only a soft hiss came from the soundproof hinge. Justin Combs still did not change position. His face remained covered by his right hand. His arm began to tremble. Light reflecting off the desk revealed beads of sweat trickling down the skin near his temple. But he spoke no word. Not a single sound. No intervention from the defense attorney behind him either. Outside, the witness was escorted straight up to the 4th floor, the federal witness protection area. She will not leave the courthouse for at least 24 hours. The waiting room is soundproof, windowless, with a single exit locked by dual fingerprint scanners, requiring simultaneous FBI and DOJ authorization. Meanwhile, in a separate room far from the center of proceedings, a senior federal judge was urgently summoned to review the testimony file. The internal feed from courtroom 6B was duplicated 3 times. 1 copy sent to the Department of Justice, 1 to the FBI's Special Investigative Unit. The final copy encrypted with 2 high-level passwords stored in the evidence vault of the 9th Circuit Courthouse in California. 9:45 a.m. An internal notice was sent to all courthouse staff. All meetings regarding case file 45K Alpha are suspended until further notice. Do not provide information to the press. Do not confirm any facts regarding the witness who just exited courtroom 6B. The first floor, where reporters had gathered since early morning, suddenly hushed. Elevator doors were code-locked. No footsteps, no defense attorneys, no acquaintances. The entire building seemed to hold its breath. In the small room just behind the courtroom, where Justin Combs had been held for 12 minutes, the cameras continued to record. And in that frame, for the first time all morning, he lowered his hand from his face. His face emerged pale, devoid of any expression. But his eyes, blood red, stared fixedly at the edge of the cold wooden table. No blinking, no movement. Only heavy breaths through his nostrils as if the entire room were tightening around his throat. 9:57 a.m. June 25, 2025 recording ended. But the underground wave that had just begun was already rippling out from the heart of America. Part 2. The moment everything cracked on the evening of May 17, 2025. A security camera at the east exit of the Holmby Hills estate, belonging to the Combs residence, captured an unusual sight. Justin Combs, wearing a black shirt with the top 2 buttons undone, stepping outside alone at 12:41 a.m. No bodyguard trailed him. His right hand held a phone. His left hand clutched an unlabeled, black paper bag. His face was tense, hair disheveled, eyes darting repeatedly over his shoulder, as if being followed. This was the first time since March that he had left the property without an assistant. 16 minutes later, an anonymous 911 emergency call was placed, containing just one sentence: Holmby Hills, downstairs. She's screaming for help. No lights, there's a camera. No specific address was issued. However, signal triangulation placed the call's origin within the perimeter of the Combs estate. The FBI did not immediately intervene, but 3 days later, on May 20th, the Los Angeles Federal Investigations Office received a 3 TBA external hard drive sent via postal mail. The sender was unnamed, only marked with the code J12 seller.